Y'all ready?
That's right.
All right. What's up, every?
Oh my God. This nigga.
Hold on. Yo, I need to get in the gym, Joe. Your man need to come to Temple Hills, all right? Because I got
actually, he might be.
These little wife beaters. I get them extra small, so I feel like a Spanx. All right, go ahead.
It's tricks to the trade. It's tricks to the trade right there.
Yeah.
Are y'all ready?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
Your face and then you talk your shit.
All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the Sabrae Show Live, where we control our own narratives and have the conversations that we need to have in order to empower our community. I'm Sabrae.
Jameel.
It's sugar signals.
Listen to the telephone voice.
Sean.
And you're watching the best show in the DMV.
Hey.
So, really quickly, yesterday, the Childish Gambino video came out. It's in America. What is it? In America? Only in America? What is
I never
it?
caught the title of it.
Honestly, I didn't.
We're horrible.
I caught the visuals, but I never caught the
Yo, why
title.
he don't never have a shape up? Is that his thing? Like now that he
Yeah, for sure.
he can't get a shape up because he's known
He's
to be
artsy.
the
Yeah.
shapeless
Like,
nigga.
Yeah,
okay,
like
gotcha.
he just took that whole
known to
persona.
be void of shape up. So.
Yeah, sometimes I do that too. Not
Nah,
recently
your
because I'm
no.
on camera. But like when I
How about
wasn't,
but the under his should be.
Oh,
This
no, I
is
will
America.
wolf.
This is
when I
America.
was just going to work.
Oh.
Yeah.
I wolf.
What was the message?
Months.
Like, I feel like maybe I'm not that deep with this, but what were the hidden messages or the messages that you've seen in it? It was a wild ass video, but it was good though.
It wasn't enough. People try to make it into more than what it was.
I ain't really analyze it. I think I saw it like twice, and I just, on the surface, I was like, oh, this is a dope visual, expressive. It's,
I feel like now people think everything has to be more than what it actually is.
Sometimes it is though. Sometimes it is.
Sometimes.
But I feel like it is a tremendous amount of reaching regardless of the circumstances nowadays. It's like, okay, sometimes some things don't need a think piece.
And by the way, Yatta does not have a retainer.
My bad. I bit the inside of my cheek and it stings,
Yeah.
and I'm trying to leave it alone because you be messing with shit with your tongue paused.
Yes, because
So
people are
if
definitely
I
gonna be
sound
like,
lispy, that's why
Y'all
I'm
Yeah.
trying not.
a 50 Cent right now.
yeah.
Hey, look, wow.
Caught one in the chin.
Many
That's
man.
mad inappropriate. This what we want to do?
No,
Talk about
I'm
how
not
your
gonna.
jaws was hurting yesterday.
Ooh.
Wow.
Yep, I'm telling a story.
Ooh.
Yeah, yesterday somebody got 2 slices of jumbo slice, and I was like, "Wow, I never seen nobody get 2 slices of jumbo slice." He was like, "My jaw's hurting like shit." We was like, "Hey,
Sometimes,
pause."
you forget that the rules is in effect all the
Yeah.
times.
Yeah.
It's just one of the things from being in this area. So even at this age,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
still got to pause some things. So that was
Okay.
That was on me.
You deserve
Gotta be
it.
more.
Damn, you threw my man under the yellow.
Yeah, under the bus.
Let's
But
pay
I,
that for that-
I
for that
wasn't
gift.
I wasn't twerking for a McChicken in the
Why you bringing
club
up
though.
old shit? That was like 12 hours ago.
I'm just saying. Has any of y'all ever twerked for a McChicken in the club?
First of all, I didn't
Heck,
twerk for
ooh.
the McChicken. I twerked after the McChicken.
I saw that video.
Understanding
You saw
that.
that?
Wow, you
I sure
wow
did.
at 2, Brutus?
on the
I
couch.
see.
At
it.
2, Brutus? So,
If
Well,
it's
you know
on the
what?
couch, is it a lap dance? So it was a
I
lap
would
dance.
have to
for
be
a
on a
McChicken.
lap
Oh, no,
for it
she
to be a
wasn't on
lap
nobody's
dance.
lap.
I was
Okay.
on my own lap.
But she was honestly just dancing with the music, and she happened to have a McChicken in her
like
sandwich.
right. It just so happened that it
Yeah.
was McChicken. Like, why you bringing up?
These
Wow.
are the adventures of when we all go out on the weekend. Well,
Except
almost,
me.
Almost all.
Yeah,
It would be the
it's the real MVP right here because this guy made me miss brunch. And he smuggled in a McChicken into the bar for me, and that was
Okay,
very,
so let's
very
tell the
nice.
whole story, y'all.
How
I'm
did
sorry,
you smuggle
Sabrae.
that?
In his jacket pocket, in the front pouch of his jacket. Yeah.
Let's tell the whole story. I'm sorry,
Why we
Sabrae.
gotta
It's
tell
okay.
Let's tell the whole story. Yatta went biking on the
First
bike
of all,
trail by
fuck
herself
you.
yesterday, right? And she got on where?
Well, okay, first of all,
You didn't do Rock Creek because that's dangerous.
no, I
Right.
did
Is
the
it?
Anacostia River Trail.
It's like-
and-
it's like
Why
CSI.
don't you relax? Why
Okay.
don't you relax? Because
Okay.
you're doing a lot. So, I
Okay.
did the Anacostia River Trail. It's a very intricate trail. There's like 4 or 5 bike trails that all intersect there. It's very, very.
It's like an Excite bike
detailed.
course?
Relax. So I might have gotten on at the Bladensburg Waterfront Park, and I might have gotten off at the Nat Stadium. I'm not sure. Either way, that's really none of nobody's business. Why I may have had to take a cab back to my car, but that's neither here nor there. I'm
You
safe.
remind me of my uncle today.
Drew?
No, Charlemagne.
You mean him, right?
No, your list.
Oh, I was gonna say I might. Damn, son. It's like, nah. I got ugly today.
No,
It's like, nah, I'm just
first
playing.
of all,
I mean, I'm
Long
a
story
female.
short,
Okay, yeah.
Yatta threw the whole day off.
I didn't throw
'cause she got
anything
lost
off.
on the bike
He was
trail.
in Waldorf and he missed his little appointments and stuff because he wanted to go get a white
Because
tea.
once you know how once you late, you kind of like, all right, somebody like give me another 20 minutes, I'm gonna do this,
Yeah.
and then you end up being 40 minutes late off that
Yeah.
20.
No. Explain how I got there 35, 40 minutes before you though, but I made you late. How'd that work? Bro? You was
All right, y'all.
already behind. Call it what it is.
Childish Gambino video was
It was good.
it was amazing.
No,
I ain't
but
gonna call it amazing yet because I ain't.
no, it was good, and I could see that something was there. I know it with him, the type of artist he is, he's going to have some type of message in it. I just don't know quite what it was. It was
Yeah,
a lot
I
of
would have to
violence.
reanalyze
It was a
it a
lot of
little bit
music,
more.
dancing. First of all, let me say something too. It's nothing worse to me than a skinny fat person. You know what I mean? Like,
Wow.
I'm talking about no. Childish Gambino, and I'm not body shaming anybody. You know, we
are.
all. No, I'm not because
exactly what you
no,
just did.
because we all work
Skinny fat
hard.
person could
Listen, hear
definitely-
me out, bro.
As soon as she got a gym membership, her own trainer.
Oh, hear
ahead,
me
continue.
out. Hear
I'm a
me
fat
out.
person, so I'm not triggered.
So we all have, body goals and stuff that we work on. That's why we, you play basketball, I work out with a trainer, and you biking and all that. Jameel, I don't know what you do, but I know you probably do
I go to the
something.
gym.
You
I go
probably
to
do
the
something.
gym.
Yeah.
I do
So
it
point is, when you like a person like me, you have to lose the weight and then build the tone. But then people like Childish Gambino, who's like skinny with flab, and it's just like, damn, bro, all you got to do is just tone. Like, why are you skinny fat?
He's a millionaire, so he probably
I know,
doesn't
but
care.
he's not the only one. I hate to see skinny people with like rolls.
Because I feel like I have to work so hard for
Yeah.
the littlest bit of gain. I'm like,
yeah.
and you just gonna blow with just
Yeah.
I'm skinny
waste.
fat though. Like I have like a huge gut, but nothing else is like big on my body.
But
My arms,
you
my-
work
just
out and
Hennessy.
stuff, and that's
all that
probably
Yeah,
like.
I mean, I could definitely if I like started
Yeah.
tomorrow. Give me 3 weeks, it'll be gone. But
Wow.
I enjoy cognac. So
I'm gonna say that's just
Okay.
Henny. That's all that is. You get rid of the Henny, you be all right. Meanwhile,
17:30.
I gotta
Body
cut out
different.
carbs, protein, fat.
It's way harder for
I
women
gotta
to
just
lose
get on the
weight.
water and X-Lax diet, and
like,
then I'll
dog,
be packed.
it's so much. It takes so much.
DJ Khaled been working out for 5 years, and I swear he ain't lost.
I feel like that's an
damn time.
allegation. So, I feel like that's he's
Some
been
people,
allegedly
honestly,
working out.
some people, it's just they can't lose weight. That's just them.
No, it's hard to but I'm just saying, like, when you already are blessed with the slim frame and you
Slightest
flabby
little
at the
change
same
will-
time,
will
like,
clean that right on out.
oh,
like,
it's so annoying.
yeah, it takes us 11 seconds to gain weight, 3 years to lose it.
That's what I'm dog. Ugh.
It's
Anyway.
like it's like your credit.
You do look like Charlamagne. Your mouth.
No. No, you don't look like Charlamagne.
Okay, that's been the Sabrae Show live. This shit is over. Cut. This shit is over. This shit is over.
It's the posture of your mouth.
Okay, you don't watch my mouth posture. What the fuck
Do you
that
watch?
shit?
But I don't watch Charlamagne. Never mind. We gonna get.
What you doing watching his mouth?
It's the list. Okay.
It's okay.
She gonna get
It's
back.
okay.
So yeah, I see where that was gonna go.
I had to stick, but I had to stick.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She
woman
handled.
camaraderie. I understand.
Yeah. So-
Unity.
so it's okay.
Even though you started.
Speaking of women and the women camaraderie, Issa Rae recently, I'm really not feeling her right now. Like, she's been doing too many stuff. I love Insecure. I don't know if I want to cancel her yet, but something she said in her book, but this was a while ago, a book that she wrote like 3 years ago, basically was saying she suggested that successful Black women date Asian men.
I think that I saw that, and I saw somebody put it into context, what kind of made it a little bit more understandable. I don't think that's necessarily what she was saying, but somebody had basically said that the book is like telling her life story. It's kind of like that her being the awkward, quirky type of girl or whatever, and how basically.
Don't get distracted.
My bad. It's just someone kind of gave it a little context. I would have to pull that back up to kind of get the details on it. I know we talking about that today.
It did.
But it kind of explained it away a little bit to where she wasn't necessarily saying, oh, like, we got to date Asian men type stuff. It kind of fed into that whole quirky, awkward situation as far as that. But she wasn't really like saying.
I think it's kind of open for interpretation. Like 3 or 4 episodes. Remember, you were talking about how Black women are the least desirable women out of all. And I don't think that, but as far as like statistics,
yes.
And basically, she said to me, my interpretation of it was like, well, the less desirable demographic of women, let's link up with the least desirable demographic of men and see if we can be compatible. I don't see how that, like, when I look at it, I don't see how that can be like misconstrued.
Well, I still think that it's a problem with that.
Yeah.
It's a major problem with that. First of all, I don't, no other group or no other race opts to say, you should date another race of your people.
I think she was saying it ironically, though, not necessarily really
even
advocating
if it was,
for it. Kind of just like, well, I mean, yeah, let's see what happens. Like, because we're the, least, yeah.
But those platforms though, and people being impressionable as they are, not us or
Right.
I'm not saying the majority of people, but there are some very impressionable people that'll read that book and be like, yeah, fuck black men.
But it was
I'm gonna go,
But it was the
Everybody
context of
already
what she was saying
fuck black men
too,
already.
because she was saying that because their intellect level matches successful black women and they're good with money and basically implying to me that if you're saying this Asian man is so much better than who? The black man? And you know what I'm saying? I just think it's a real issue with that. Instead of saying something like, a lot of our men have been mass incarcerated or whatever the case is, that kind of diminishes our black male demographic and focus on that problem. Why just say, let's just hop out the way and
But it
then
wasn't really that kind of book per se, too. So it's not really that's. I mean,
if they take Kanye out of context, then we could fuck Issa Rae's book.
but I feel like it was people. I feel like people highlighted that
Plug
one.
for Kanye's like.
But I feel like people highlighted that one passage and nothing that
'cause I ain't
came
read the
before or
book.
after it. So it's like if you just take that one standalone little passage, you can take that any kind of way. But when you bring in the text before and after, it kind of puts it into perspective. So that does matter.
Nobody was saying that about that Kanye at TMZ one-liner, slavery is a choice. Nobody was saying, look at what he said before that and after that.
Because my thing is in the same conversation, but it's like when you got to backpedal and be like, this is what I meant.
Yeah.
Like, you probably should have cleaned that up.
But it's a couple things that she said. Like I said, she was saying that because of the intellect level and the mass incarceration or whatever. I just feel like that I'm not with it. I'm not with it at all. And I just think that even saying that implies that Asian men are better. And I don't know too many black women that's about to date Asian men. And then it's a successful black man. What black women? What really means success for black women or whatever? Because a lot of people think that, what is it? Is it degrees? Is it a car? Is it, what is that? A job? What is successful though?
The majority of the day, success is directly tied to materialistic kind of things. And I think when you start thinking like that, when you're looking for love on a budget, you already shopping in the wrong place. Because not saying you can't.
I like that. I like that.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying you can't
when black
date
people meet
in certain, but to say a man that doesn't make this or a woman that doesn't make this can't give me what I need, you shorten yourself. So your view of what love is flawed.
because that's only one area. That's financial.
That's it. Because that
How
can change
about all
in
the
a
other
heartbeat.
areas?
You know what I'm saying?
But what is really successful though? I mean, I know that it is.
It ain't no
I know it's
definition.
subjective, but when you say this is a successful black woman, what does that mean? You have degrees because you kind of have to.
Not a bum. I'm just gonna say
Because they did it. They did this. But to me, that's not successful because you can live paycheck to paycheck and not be a bum. You get what I'm saying?
Okay, so here's and this is my view of success, and this is not.
Yeah,
my
I'm gonna
view
have
is-
everyone's. Go ahead.
It's
What's yours?
not gonna
Okay.
be everyone's. My view of success is you've established yourself to the point where you've identified who you are, what you want to devote your life to. Because if you're not willing to die for something, you know what I'm saying? So, and then you put yourself in a position where you can do those things. If I look at you, and we talked about what this podcast means to you, right now you're a successful person in my eyes. You don't have to be a millionaire, but
Right.
you have the freedom because of what you've done with your talents to do what you want to be able to do for the long term. You know what I'm saying? Same with any of us sitting at this table. So any day we get up and we walking around, we can say, hey, I put myself in position to live the life I want to live, regardless if I'm a millionaire or not. You know what I'm saying? That's the level of success because that's what you ultimately working towards. When you leave here, nobody's gonna care about what was in your account.
Right.
It's gonna be, how did you touch these people? What did your life do?
I'm on my way to being successful. I'm not there yet.
What is success to you? Because it is subjective. But I just see a lot of times when you talk about successful black woman, you're pulling up in the bins and you have a good job and you have degrees, but I just, but how does that make you so much better than, I guess, your black male counterparts that don't have a degree, which means they may not have the debt, or they may not have the car, but they don't owe a big car note? Like what? Because I just hate when they put a stamp on what a successful black woman is to kind of like downplay or downgrade what a black man.
Jameel hit it right. They make $100K. They can afford Louboutins. They can eat at Del Frisco's.
You can be broke and do all of that.
But I understand. I'm just saying, like, it's basically when people define success,
right?
It's not about like emotional growth or the person you are. It has nothing to do with love. It's about what can I show you? What am I driving? What am I living in? All of that is basically categorized as you being successful.
Yeah.
Because that's the first thing when people, they want to play people, like you cool, this and that, they're going to knock where you work at, what you drive. Oh, bitch, you work such and such. Yeah. Right. What does that have to do with anything?
Right.
Yeah.
Nothing.
It don't matter.
Mm-hmm. I feel like, again, that just feeds into that subjective mind state because, like I said, everybody's going to, you can ask 10 people that question and get 10 different answers.
That's true.
So for her, that might be what it is. For a lot of people, that is. I don't, I don't know. For me, I mean, it's a combination of things. A lot of people don't include that emotional aspect to it because they define that in another way.
Yeah.
So it's like success and your emotional growth or stability, maturity. They don't define them in the same. They don't put them in the same category. So for this, it's like success. They mean like professionally or financially. They don't really look at it like, this is all a part of it. For me, it does all encompass that because I feel like if you got the money, the career, the degrees, but you're an emotional mess, you put that same energy that you put into your career, into your mental health and your lifestyle, like socially, then you be completely well rounded. But I mean, like it's a lot of fucked up rich people walking around here, and it's a lot of completely emotionally sound, not so wealthy people walking around. So I mean, you could gauge that either way. But again, it's just everybody's gonna look at it different.
I remember I saw a clip from Humans in New York. That little miniseries was always online. There was a cab driver, and the dude was saying he was in a car with a lady, and she was complaining about her kids, and they didn't want to listen to her. Woo, woo, woo. And she's telling the guy, you should have went to college. This is no career for you. This is no way to be successful. And he's like, I'm here. I'm living in New York. I'm raising my kids. I get time with my kids. I take them to school every day. How is this not success? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So to him, it didn't matter he had the freedom to be able to do what was most important to him. Yeah. So who are we to talk down to other people and what they had to say? But number one, when you look at that and you directly line success up with materialistic things, you can already see the flaw in that.
Exactly.
You said it was a cab driver?
It was a cab driver.
What's interesting is you're a patron of that business. So if somebody wasn't doing this, how would you be getting where you need to? Somebody has to do it.
Exactly.
Yeah. Like all these jobs we consider so menial, and somebody has to do it. So it's like while you down talking them, you patronize the same business that you feel like this is not a career. Then okay, well then how would you get where you need to go if I wasn't doing this? Mm-hmm. Like
that's true. But I feel like you still can want better for someone or to let them know that there's better, but definitely don't downplay that shit.
I mean, they might be well aware of that. It might be something that just is chill for them that don't require a whole lot from them while they do other things. Like,
right.
You were about to say, Sean?
No, continue.
I'm so tired of him.
Oh my God.
So I was on Twitter, which I'm not usually on.
So that in and of itself is a surprise.
Okay.
Because I be adding you and you will never reply to me. I'm like,
I have to turn the notifications on.
Turn your notifications on there.
I'm going to do it. Okay. So I can be more interactive. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Don't argue with me, Sean.
Let me tell you something. We don't be arguing.
Mm-hmm. Would you just be telling me shit?
Yes.
Okay, that
right.
I tell you something, you confirm, we clarify. We don't argue.
All right.
Confirm and clarify. Okay, that's cute. I'm gonna use that.
I like that.
Tap on that.
Okay.
CNC.
I'll keep my tabs for that one.
Okay, so I was on Twitter because the whole DMV was in an uproar because our own, if y'all want to claim him, Wale tweeted recently.
Wow.
You said our?
Ric Flair, woo!
Y'all own Wale.
Motherfucking close y'all for that shit.
Let's get
Y'all
to it.
own Wale was out here.
Y'all.
So, just to give everybody backstory, we are a DMV based show. We are based in the DMV. Wale is a DMV, artist. Well, he's a world known artist, or whatever, a nationwide artist known, whatever. I don't know. But
He's
He's a guy named Wale from here.
he's from the DMV. He started his career here, wherever he was from. He claims DC or whatever, but people from here know otherwise. This is before me. I'm
You
younger.
were like 7.
Nigga, no. Okay.
13, man.
So he basically tweeted, everybody, it's a big question, it's a big thing all the time of Wale. Why is he not compared to his peers that's supposed to be in his class or whatever, which is the Kendricks, the Drakes, the J. Coles, the Big Sean. Well, Big Sean is kind of with Wale when it comes to not being compared or in the same class with the top tier rappers. Okay?
Yeah, I don't even think.
So I'm just giving backstory. So he's not compared to his top tier counterparts. And that's always been a big question because he's not a mumble rapper, but he's also not compared to the top tier artists. And so recently one of his fans tweeted him about something similar to that. I can't, if y'all would pull up the exact tweet, that would be good if y'all have it. Did y'all screenshot it or something?
No, I didn't. I don't know what the
Okay.
the preface to that.
You
Okay.
You sure, Mel?
I came across the article. So this article was retweeted on my timeline. But
Okay.
Yeah, but I didn't see the preface
I
to
don't
that.
follow.
And so basically, he responded and said, "I'm not up to par with that level," or talked about with that level because he's dark skinned and he's a straight descendant from Africa. He's not half white like your
Like J.
Drake's,
Cole or Logic. or
right.
Drake.
Right. And I've never known colorism to be a factor when it comes to male rap. Females, we all know, it's a whole different ball game. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely with women.
But men, you got Boosie.
Listen, I'm a
Uzi
Ghetto Boys
Vert,
fan.
fucking-
I listen to Bushwick Bill.
Lil Yachty.
Yeah, Little
Like,
Yachty.
Come on, man. Like,
right.
what we doing?
Yeah. So I want to ask you guys first. But first, before we get into everything else,
Ask
do you
Jameel
think?
last.
He had a
Ask me
detailed
that.
answer out
Ask me
of
that.
everybody.
So do you think that?
He would give you a soliloquy. I'm like,
So do you, and by the way, a lot of y'all and people that y'all know have come up in the Wale era when he first started, like back before he was even
he was in
known.
our age
Yeah, we
group.
gonna call that the DC
We
rap
came up
era.
in the DC rap era.
Yeah.
The
we gonna fuck
Wale
the Wale
era, the timestamp of the DC rap,
Let's-
you know.
let's-
This was
He came up
this
in
was
the
no
DC rap
social.
era.
This
Okay,
was no
okay.
social
Come up
media.
in the Wale
You couldn't
era.
go
Yeah.
viral to get like
Yeah.
you had to like
We
put
had
in like work.
MySpace.
Put in
Yeah.
work. Okay,
Yeah.
MySpace days, DC rap era with the MySpace
Right.
Back when
days.
Facebook was just for college students, that type of
Right.
Yeah, they had the EDU.
Okay.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, the
Okay,
EDU
I got to know Wale after like Dig Dug, so I really
Right.
wasn't hip
I mean, you
before
not
that.
that. I mean, you not
That was
that
that
far.
was that,
Not
yeah,
that
that was
far
around the
behind.
time.
Oh, okay.
Some people got hip to him after Lotus Flower Bomb. So
Yeah.
you're good.
True.
Yeah, you're
True.
ahead of the curve.
So, do y'all think, just generally, aside from Wale, do y'all think colorism matters as far as hip hop and how it's
Hell no.
received
Hell
in the
no.
success? Okay.
No, why? You know why? Because look at his label mate.
Oh damn.
Oh, they all dark. Meek.
Meek
Ross.
Meek
Black as shit.
Meek and Gucci was on the court side the other night at the playoff game.
Yeah,
True.
with Robert Kraft.
Right.
Ooh, that's money
I don't
right
want to
there.
hear it. I don't want to hear it.
Oh, but maybe because they not directly from Africa.
It's a cop
That's
out.
why
That shit is a
Okay,
cop
okay.
out. Any way you slice it, it's a cop out. Hell
Shit,
no.
well,
It's
Philly is
not.
Africa. You been to South Philly?
I feel like now a descendant from Africa can be put on like more than ever. I feel like the
Endless
whole
platforms.
Wakanda shit, like he could have capitalized
Yeah.
the fuck off of that.
Scammers. He had a whole lot of lane.
Look at Michael Blackson. Like, are we about to do this? Like, it's not
Yeah.
rap.
But rap,
but still,
right,
you know
right,
what I'm
right.
saying? But still, like,
So we all agree that it doesn't apply to men. And him. Now,
I can't-
Oh, go ahead.
I won't say that. I don't know if it applies to him, but like, I don't know. I feel like with some. No, I agree with y'all. Go on, run it back.
So-
I was trying, like, honestly,
Find an
be
example.
devil's advocate.
Yeah.
But like you just said, like within itself, in his own record label,
Yeah.
all of them dark skinned.
I just feel
besides
like
Gunplay.
stop
Yeah.
scapegoating what you do on your complexion. I feel like that's a lot of issues with that. It's very easy to just say, "Well, nah, I don't get this and that and the third like these guys get because I'm dark skinned," but
And-
you're completely eradicating
And
all the bullshit that you do that's hindering you.
And he's
you
the
just
most
scapegoated on your complexion.
He's the most successful rapper after Rick Ross on that label. He made now. I'm talking about like charts, like numbers,
Yeah.
Billboard hits. Because he had those strings where he had Jeremiah, where he had
Yeah.
Miguel, he had what's not Tiana Taylor. What was
Tierra
he even had
Thomas.
Tierra Thomas, yeah.
He had Rihanna on a remix. Like
Yeah.
he does better numbers than Meek Mill.
Definitely the most
He
successful
gets more
rapper
money
today.
than Meek Mill for as far as like appearances. So I don't get where he really comes to with that. I think people hate his personality.
Yes.
That's why. It has nothing to do with his artistry.
I agree with that. But to play white devil's advocate, I will say, shout out to Charlamagne, my uncle. I will say that
This nigga.
I have to give credit. That's where I got the white
what-
devil's advocate thing from.
Yeah.
You gotta, you know what I'm saying?
Is he from Africa?
Charlamagne, he's from Moncks Corner, South Carolina, and my folks are from Sumter,
Africa.
South Carolina.
Gotcha.
That's
My folks-
how, and they're cousins, and that's why
Yeah.
that's my
I got,
uncle.
I
yeah.
got folks from South Carolina too. I know I don't
Yeah,
look like
but
it.
you.
I know I don't look like it.
You're
But see,
related to him?
everybody from South
No.
Carolina not
You
related
was
now.
from Egypt.
I know I don't look like it, but both sides of my family, North and South Carolina.
Africans come from all shapes and sizes, shapes and sizes and colors and all that shit. But that doesn't make you related. I'm just saying.
Okay.
Well, there goes your family reunion pass.
You know,
What is your ancestry test? say?
if I was a cousin in the house and you was a cousin outside, did that make us not cousins no more?
First of all, we're not
Yeah,
talking
that's
about
exactly
the
what that makes
plantation.
it out.
Kanye.
I'm just saying. That was my.
Cognac.
Nah, 'cause you was telling on me to get in the
say
house,
we was
nigga.
right there. So say we was right there on the same.
But y'all
jump.
was on a different one.
We was in a
though.
different.
Yeah.
You was in the house. I was on.
You was in a
porch.
house on another plantation.
I was on a porch. I'm a porch nigga.
Honestly, hopefully.
I was in the backyard. I wasn't necessarily on the porch, but I was in the field.
Well, me and
I was hanging up the laundry.
Charlamagne's ancestors were a part of the rebellion. We blew that shit up. So we're the reasons why y'all ancestors.
You might got some Nat Turner blood in you. Charlamagne don't. But go on, continue.
Definitely we
I
do.
might have had some down there.
Anywho,
Okay, so look, to play with the white devil's advocate,
Yeah,
I will
what's up,
say
man?
that
Why gotta be
maybe
white devil's advocate?
dog,
Why
I'm
couldn't
gonna need
it
you to
be
just
devil's
relax and let her
advocate?
get this sense out.
yes, maybe because come on now, it makes sense. So maybe that maybe the colorism plays a part as far as how the label may put you out there as far as advertise for you or whatever. If they feel like you look a certain way, like Davies, for example, they probably are pushing more ads for him because they know he's more appealing or whatever like that. Maybe it could be they may not do as many advertisements because they don't look at him as like a sex symbol or whatnot.
I gotta call bullshit. I'm sorry. I just feel like his actions alone play a role in everything that he's blaming on his skin complexion, and I just have to call bullshit. I feel like when you are there's this word, right? Okay, let's say take the word pitch, right?
Yeah.
Let's take the P off and then let's replace it with a B. He's that.
Bitch.
So
Oh,
you know,
come
there's
on.
that.
Okay. And I'm
I
not
said what I
saying
said, but he got this is the
bitch,
thing.
is what
The
you
reason
said.
why the reason why he is where he is because he's focused on the wrong shit. Why you got
Yeah.
your J. Cole's, your Logics, your Drakes who are out here getting to the money. They're securing the bag, they're dropping the records, they're
Yeah.
not entertaining bullshit. This is the nigga who will ignore a fan all day but will entertain a troll for 13 straight hours defending himself.
Except-
That's cornball fucking behavior.
Except me.
Oh, yeah.
But all them rappers cornballs. It ain't just Wale.
But I'm not just saying, but we're not
Like
talking
all-
about all of them. We're talking
yeah.
about him.
Right.
But my thing
Good
is,
point.
there's a reason why, if you go to your hometown, my thing is, when you in your hometown and you not getting love, it's not because every nigga in your hometown is hating.
First of all, he gets loved out Gaithersburg.
Look, I'm about to punch you in your fucking
Gaithersburg
shit.
Are we ready? Can
We
I?
gonna
Can
say
I?
the DMV.
wait, not yet.
Okay, all right.
So, okay, and while I agree with you, we have to look at it from all angles to make sure we covered all
absolutely,
sides.
absolutely.
As an outsider, I'm an outsider when it comes to the Wale situation because I only learned about him as
Through the music. Right.
and through the interviews and stuff like that. I didn't know him before or know of him before that.
Right.
And so what I gathered just as a music, connoisseur or whatever, I just looked at him as in he complains a lot. He's always crying like if he goes to the Breakfast Club, man, y'all don't respect me like that. Y'all don't play my music like that. Why y'all
don't
play
like me.
you know what I'm saying? Y'all
play
don't play my shit for real.
Why my
Exactly.
father
And
don't
to
want
me,
man?
for
You one of them?
So for me, as a person, I'm just like,
Let me hold
grown men don't
Grow a pair.
do that because it's other people that don't get necessarily the recognition they deserve. Like Fab, I always use an example of Fab. Fab is hot for the chick songs. You know what I'm saying? Like
Fab past his time
in
though.
the
Fab been in the
features.
game so long.
no, but he doesn't. He's not world renownedly known as I feel like as
now
he should
he is
be.
as a boxer.
It's usually the feature.
But you get what I'm saying.
It's the
He has the
features
features.
and the mixtape, but it's not really his albums that get him that.
Exactly.
Yeah,
And so he
Right.
basically he's underrated and he's kind of in the same position. They marginalized him to chick songs on the radio. He's not gonna, so but you don't hear him complaining all the time. He just does the footwork, whatever he has to do. Now, alleged stuff that happened on the other end with his girl, that's just disregard that for this conversation.
Yeah.
So I just feel like the complaining and the self-doubt and the low
whining.
self-esteem, the whining, it just kind of is a turnoff. And he's not really a likable person in the general public. You know what I mean? He complains more than he's trying to prove something all the time instead of focusing on the art. And to me, his music is okay, but he's kind of like not as deep and philosophical as he thinks he
Not
is.
that good.
I'm just saying he's not as deep as Phil because some of the stuff where he's like, yeah, I bet you don't understand the
I hate that.
I
I
bet you don't
say,
right. You
Did
don't
you get that bar?
right or Yatta.
I got it.
It was a recent song, Coco White or something like that. That was on his more recent album, and I'm just like, everyone knows what you're talking about. You know what I mean? Like we know you're talking about crack in DC. Like
explain it to us. We're not retarded.
because
like,
it's kind of self-explanatory. It really wasn't that deep, and I feel like that's an example of a lot of.
and
the
why
stuff
are you
that he
discussing
does.
that anyway? Because you wasn't nowhere near it. Like,
I mean, I feel like that with Cole though too.
nah, dead
That shit don't
ass
be
though.
deep.
Why are we discussing that though? Why are you discussing that? That's another problem though. That's a reason.
Okay.
Stick to your subject matter.
Jameel, let me know what it is that you think about this whole thing with Twitter. I know that you caused a huge uproar on Twitter by
Did
speaking
he?
your mind, and you got a lot of folks' attention. So many people have been DMing you, adding you, and all of that stuff.
Right.
Like, what was going through your mind seeing
Brother
the tweet
Mills.
about the
I wanna-
Wale's initial tweet?
I want to
Yeah,
give.
take your time.
I'm gonna take my time. I want to give a background because I feel like a lot of times when you address situations like this, people automatically write it off as, oh, he hating because he didn't do, or he don't know, boo, 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 or he don't really know them. So I want to give a little background. I've been involved with music in this area since I was probably 13, 14. Started off in go-go band. Sean,
He's
you
40
remember.
now, so damn. It's like,
Our band used to play up Suitland. We played, opened up for other bands as teenagers. The whole nine is that. Let me put that thing.
No, you good. Oh yeah, okay, cool.
A little counterweight.
Yeah.
Mentored, discovered and mentored and gave a style to. And because you know what? I'm normally humble, right? Y'all know me. We known each other for a decade plus. You know what I'm saying? So I'm normally a very humble person. I don't, but I'm not going to be humble right now. So discovered and mentored another one of the biggest artists in DC. Not going to say no names because I'm not doing no more free promotion. You know what I'm saying? Was an intricate part of the underground DC rap scene in this area. You know what I'm saying? For over the years. And I'm talking about back, 10 years plus ago when we was battling with Go-Go. And Yatta was right, you know what I'm saying? When we was battling with Go-Go for airtime and the whole nine. So I'm just trying to give some perspective as to where I'm about to, go with this. So I'm not jealous or nothing. I don't care about, but I feel like I'm in a position to be honest about this entire situation. And because I was there, I feel like it gives me the credibility to do it. So I'm gonna do it. Wale's history here. And since I met this dude, he couldn't look me in the eye. And this is pre-rap. Couldn't look me in the eye, shake my hand. Like a man. You know what I'm saying? First time I met him. But his history here has been he's burnt so many bridges with people here, with artists here, hated on artists here, made calls, why you doing this? Why you messing with them? Why you and I'm not going to get into specifics with names, but if you're from here and you had any tie to that scene, you know what I'm saying. And a lot of people can't speak because of the position they're in now currently and I don't have a problem with that, but I'm going to speak for everybody. You know what I'm saying? So for you to go cry wolf about not only something as serious as colorism in the industry, knowing that women are dealing with the colorism issue on Front Street, for you to go cry wolf about that and completely disregard the fact that you've been a sucker from day one, that you single-handedly derailed a movement by picking and choosing who you wanted to bring to this meeting and that meeting and who you didn't want to have shine, using your DJs. And I'm talking about personally, I know You know what I'm saying? I know when the call got made on me. You hear me? And so this is something very near and dear to me because I've always been a part of this thing. Disregard Wale. Music in this area. We should have been in Atlanta or Houston or the whole nine a long time ago, 10 years ago.
So much talent here.
But with this dude being a gatekeeper in this area, the way that he moved 10 years ago, it always come back to bite you in the ass. So now when your first week album sales go from 150 to 25K, now you want to cry colorism. Ooh. But when you can't go home and get celebrated with people that was genuinely there from day one, when ain't none of your day ones around you, and I know them. You know what I'm saying? When you took a whole sound from a dude that gave you a sound to try to put you on because he was being a good man, and you took that beat, you got on and got somebody else to recreate it and carried that man, what good you think is gonna come to you? Why you think somebody gonna stay consistent? When you and I'm gonna go this far to say this, Sabrae. I feel like Wale appropriated DC culture for his own benefit. Because you wasn't outside.
That's not the first time I heard that.
You wasn't at the Go-Go's. You know what I'm saying? You wasn't at the Go-Go's because I was there. You know what I'm saying? We was there. We was at the open mics. I hosted the open mics. You see what I'm saying? So we put in this groundwork, and for this dude to slide across the top and, my Nike boots, where your Nike boots was standing at? Was they getting smacked against each other to get in the Go-Go's? Where you might get pepper sprayed, but if the band was cranking, it made it worth it. You don't know that story. So how do you take a whole area, call yourself the ambassador, and say, not only am I going to take everything that this area embodies, most of which I've never even experienced, but I'm going to then, which is cool if you haven't experienced, but I'm going to shut out all these other people unless it benefits me.
So, but let me say something. Now, if you're from the DMV, you're from DC, Maryland, Virginia area, and you might, like me, have mostly lived in the suburbs. You really didn't go out to the Go-Go's like that. But if you represent the DMV as a whole to the world, you have a chance to represent the DMV to the world. Why not include Go-Go in your the sounds and the music to put that sound on? Like, what's the era in that?
I mean, you can. I think that's something that was a genius idea. And like I said, I know the dudes. I was there as they were working on this sound. Right. You know what I'm saying? Back when we was college, and shout out EMP and I never forget because I looked up to these dudes, and I'm gonna keep it all the way 100 with you because I don't have no they was a year older than me when we all got down Virginia State. But I thought these dudes were some of the most talented dudes that I had been around, and they inspired me to get back into music because after my go-go band stint, when I went to school, it wasn't really no rap. It wasn't no rappers here.
Yeah, people didn't want to be rappers.
People didn't want to be lead mic. You wanted to be lead mic. I was in go-go bands all the way up into my 20s, even when I came home from college. Right. So I thought these two dudes, or two or three, it was more than two or three of them, but I thought these dudes were some of the most talented rappers that we had. Of course, some of the only rappers that we had. You know what I'm saying? And so I think you should always incorporate, but if you can't tell a story, go find people that can and do it and do it out of the genuine love for your area. But I feel like you have to have some kind of a connection with your area to be in a place to do that.
So what you're saying is he basically took the sound and used the sound to represent the DMV area to the world by using go-go, which historically have come from the DMV.
Right.
With DC, actually. But what you're saying is the fact that he brought the sound, but he didn't bring anybody with him. He kind of just brought the sound to the world, and he just kind of like put everybody else in it.
You see what I'm saying? Okay. So when he needed help, when he needed a tie back home, he went and got Trail.
Okay.
He went and tried to get Shy. Went and got Lights Up.
Same dude that was hitting these. It's like this. This was the same guy who was hitting up the real street dudes that was out here in the trenches that can tell the story. The real DC rappers that was telling the story. Yeah. When he needed that street cred, it's, hey, man, it was good, bruh, man. You trying to get on this song. But then when it came time to support them, you know where to be found.
Right. Every time.
Messages is going unanswered. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, okay, you get what you need from them to suit you and what you're trying to do, but you're not trying to, you know what I'm saying, let any of them get no shine. Or you picking and choosing.
Gotcha.
So you get...
I'm sorry. No, you're right. So for me and probably Yatta too, and people that were around in that era, this is a very personal thing when it comes to talking to this dude, because we can directly see how he closed the doors of opportunity by being a insecure punk ass nigga. Like, I'm not gonna hold you. I don't like this nigga, and he know it. You know what I'm saying? So like at the end of the day, you know where I'm at with it. You know what I'm saying? And you know what you did. So don't don't try to cry wolf, especially about some things that people are really going through.
Yeah.
Colorism, when I grew up on Face and Ghetto Boys and you know what I'm saying, and Bushwick Bill, and you got motherfucking Boosie and you know what I'm saying, and Gucci and Meek, and you got all these other dark-skinned rappers.
You know why it's different though? Because I agree with you. But you can tell Face authentic.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So colorism won't affect him.
But see, that's the
Exactly.
point, though. It's that
He's not
authenticity.
He's not
Right.
authentic.
And I feel like he can come here and sell out the Fillmore, which he's done a lot of times. But I feel like if it's your city, you should be able to come to this area and sell out the Verizon Center, which is now the Capital One Center.
Look
Absolutely.
No, that's hard.
But-
Kevin Hart can't do that.
No. Look
Shit,
what
he doing
Gotti
stadiums.
do.
That nigga
Look
sold
what
out the
Gotti do.
link.
No, he don't know. When you go to the Kevin Hart show, they close. I've been to 2 Kevin Hart shows.
okay.
They close off half of it.
Oh, yeah.
He can't fill up that whole
I
thing.
see
You got to
what
be
you're
like
saying.
legit.
I see
You
what
got to
you're
be like
saying.
Jay-Z, Beyonce.
So that's cool. So
Rihanna.
that's good. So selling out the
But
Fillmore
the half is still.
is
a lot
not-
of
Wale couldn't do that though.
Right.
So I'm not trying to knock Kevin
okay.
Hart, but he can't for that.
So look at what Kendrick do in L.A.
Mm-hmm.
Look at what Gucci do in Atlanta. Look at what Cole do in North Carolina.
Look at Meek do in Philly.
What Meek in Philly, what Gotti in Memphis. These dudes got love because they kept it real with their
Right.
hometown.
That speaks volumes when you come home and you can't get that. It's not because everybody's hating.
Right.
And that's the story that he's
'Cause
giving.
Glizzy
It's
get
like
that.
everybody
Exactly.
jealous. Like, they mad because he was on. Nah, it's a legitimate reason. It might be some haters in the crowd. It's always
Yeah.
going to be.
Of course it is.
But
Yeah.
the vast majority of that is people who know what's really good and they're
Yeah.
not fucking with him. And they tell that story to other people and then they not fucking with him. So when he
Right.
come here, it's like, psh, please. So he got to leave here to get that shine because the Miami niggas love him. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Basic.
He get. But no, you're right. I didn't mean to cut you.
No, you good. Them
Right.
out of state
Basic.
niggas love him. He come here and it's nothing like that, and it's a reason, and that's
Out of the country, they love him too.
that's very telling though.
And
when you
can't-
come home,
You can't fake this area is too small. I feel like it's unlike a lot of areas and maybe a lot of other areas feel the same way once you lay there. But this area is very small. You can't fake it and do because there is a lot of hate here. Don't get it twisted.
It
But you
is,
can't
yeah.
use that as a crutch.
Yeah.
When you know you've been fake. You know what I'm saying? For
From the
years and years. We talking about a decade. So if
Yeah.
you say Wale really took off somewhere around 2007, 2008.
Nike boots or
Nike
the jump with Lady
boots,
Gaga.
you know what I'm
That was
saying?
like
Or
what,
to the
09,
deficit.
10?
Right. 08. or
Right.
something.
So when we talking 05, 06, it was a scene here. It was called the movement.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We used to meet up PG Plaza. You remember this? We used to meet up PG Plaza.
U-turn.
30, 40 local artists that wanted to see a scene here. You know who was never there?
him
Wale. Ever.
never.
You see what I'm saying?
And that's cool. I just want to keep clarifying. That's cool if you weren't there, a part of that time, if you want to still represent this area, but you have to pay homage and bring others with you in order to get that respect. If you want that respect from
But
here.
the
You know what I?
No, go ahead. Go
No,
ahead, son.
ladies first.
Nah, the kicker in that situation was though he was never there, but the niggas that was there, he was trying to get them to get
Never
to
there,
do
but
shit for
always
him.
around.
Always trying to utilize them, but you was never there to support or push the movement or nothing. But,
But
you wanted shit
Right.
from
You
them.
know what blows me
Okay.
though? A lot of niggas let him do that though. Real, you know what I'm saying? Because like it's like with
That's
money.
my
It's like
second
like
issue.
say for example, right? I blow up
Right.
here. I'm not a blood,
Right.
but I go to some real bloods.
Right.
They're going to vouch for me. You know why? Because I got the money.
Exactly.
Now, like you said, now I have the access, I have the resources
Right.
because I can put you on. Now the thing is, I don't need you. You need me. So I can kind of ditch you whenever. And now you can tell stories. But guess what? A lot of people, you know what they're going to say? Because we're talking about being successful.
Right.
If I have money, you don't have money, all the stories that come from you, it's going to be hate.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's going to be, they'll be like, oh, you know what I'm saying? It's
Until
gonna
it
be hate.
turns into this.
And a lot of people stop talking. I'm gonna paint you a picture of what the scene was around this time. You know what I'm saying? If you was coming up and you said anything about Wale, you was automatically a hater and you got blackballed because everything in this area attached themselves to him. The club promoters, the DJs, the radio stations. It didn't even matter if you had a valid, like, look, man, this nigga's a fraud. And I'm talking about, I ain't gonna say no names, but I'm talking about go-go bands that I was going, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when,
I'm super sharp.
you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, this a fake ass nigga, and now he coming out hating on you. This
Right.
I was going to see that band, and you know what I'm talking about.
Right.
I was going to see that band my whole life. I'm talking about the pool party that got shot up and everything. You see what I'm saying? So you ain't gonna tell me, oh, they hushed this man out and he wasn't telling the truth. This man left a trail of burnt bridges from
Yeah.
people who were very respectable in this area that got silenced because the area was so far up his ass for what he could do for them potentially that, you know what I'm saying, everything got swept under the rug. So you really closed the door on a whole generation of artists, a whole story that'll never get told because there'll never be another childhood in this area like the one we experienced going to the Go-Go's. That's dead now.
All because they was more talented.
Two things. The crazy thing is, even though this is where his home is, he don't need us. DC like 74 square miles. Like, you know what I mean? Like, honest.
Let me tell you what.
Now,
but go ahead, finish, and
Okay.
then I want to say something after you.
Yeah, I lost my train of thought. I had
You
another
said-
good point, but no.
Yeah, you said this area is
said he don't
small.
need us.
You said he doesn't need this area.
He really doesn't need us. I mean, it's sad to say, but it don't need us. But this is like with everything, with people. People will build like fake bonds because if I can benefit from you, you got to think. And this is, don't take this out of context.
Right.
He's nowhere near Jay-Z.
Right.
He's the Jay-Z from here because he's the biggest. Who's the next biggest artist? Glizzy?
Yeah, probably.
We
Well,
don't
no,
have,
Logic, actually. Logic.
Yeah, I mean, but like, yeah. I got you. No, seriously,
Technically-
he is. No,
technically, yes.
Technically, he's larger than Wale.
Yes,
I'm talking
he
about
is, yeah.
people that
But
we can
from here, the urban-
relate
and
to.
from the urban
exactly.
areas,
So what
yeah.
Mill said is like, correct, but like people, even if they don't fuck with somebody, they be like, well, I can't burn this bridge because I might need him.
That's what they
Because I
do.
need to
That's what it
further my
was.
career.
Yeah.
So it's like a lot of people who are legit and are authentic, they might have the same feelings,
Yeah.
but
They don't
it's
speak on it.
business.
And
That's why they don't
And-
speak on it.
And to your point, this sounds like a classic case of the people that you shit on your way up. You're going to have to see them on your way down.
Always.
And unfortunately for him, with the sales being low, with him allegedly being dropped from Atlantic, right? It
Right.
was Atlantic.
Well-
But he said he wasn't dropped. So we have to take that at face value
I'm
a
sure
little
got
bit.
dropped from Interscope, but I'm asleep.
But hold on, wait. So it seems like at this point he finds himself in the area where a lot of in a space where a lot of artists end up finding themselves a lot of times if for lack of a better term, fall off.
Right.
And also to your point, he should have done what Gucci did. You know what I'm saying? He should have lifted his area up because guess what? When Gucci gets locked up or if he falls in a hard time with his career, his music
Right.
is not pushing,
Right.
he put so many people in powerful positions.
East Atlanta
that
holding it
now,
down.
if he put
he'll
Migos
never
on, he
fall
can get
off.
on a Migos song. He put
Never
whoever
fall
else on, Young Thug or whoever, he can get on the Young Thug because they still have that love and respect for him. So anytime, it doesn't matter how big you are, you have to help elevate people around you just in case you might need them. But just out of kindness of your heart, but
Nah,
also
dead
you
ass.
create
you know what, though?
alliances.
Gucci-
Gucci respected in the street.
Them
But-
10
but
toes
even-
was never
this is
down.
That's just an
Even-
example.
but
That's
even
just an
taking the
example.
street-
There's a lot of ATL niggas that
Right.
don't fuck with Gucci.
But even taking the
it's
street
just-
aspect
but
out
they're
of it,
irrelevant.
Gucci comfortable in himself.
Oh, yeah.
To where he want to see, and he done said it in plenty of interviews, I want to see my artists win.
Yeah.
So when you get a Young Thug, when you get Amigos, even look at, and this is how Drake moved.
He was
Now,
like
you
an
mad?
he the A&R for Atlanta.
Right.
Gucci,
Yeah.
yeah.
He is. So you mad at why you not popping like Drake, but Drake go find the young motherfuckers that's popping and give them a verse.
And he don't be charging them. I ain't know that.
You see what I'm saying?
He'll give a regular nigga a verse
'Cause he
before
don't
he
need
give
it.
like, yeah.
So this is the thing, like another quick little background because I just want to bring it up today because somehow you mad because you ain't rap. No. So I was a part of and a big part of one of the biggest day parties in the city the past 3 years. You know what I'm saying? At the W. I'm not gonna say the name because I'm no longer part of it and I don't get no free promotion.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Bumping shoulders, networking with the same crowd with the whole nine. I got love in my area. You see what I'm saying? I didn't have to be a rapper. I didn't have to take no deal. I didn't have to go on tour to get love in the place that I grew up at. So when I call and I say, hey, I'm trying to do this, people hit me back.
Yeah.
When the rest of the world doubts you and you can't go back home, that says something about the kind of person you was on the way. He can't come back here. And build and start nothing. When me got out, me can go back to Philly, he gonna get love. When Gucci got out, same thing you said. He gonna go to Atlanta and get love. It's no love for that dude here because you fucked this whole area over getting out. And then you how you emotional, how you hate is the new love, how you don't nobody want, but and you know how the J. Cole, the false prophets verse, you know how I knew that was about him? Because he used to call my man in 06 with the same shit. Why nobody out here fuck with me, man?
You think that was about Wale?
I know
partially.
it was.
Kanye.
It
No,
was
the
a
first
combination.
verse was about Kanye.
Oh,
Yeah, it was. He
Second
said
verse
it.
was about
Oh,
Wale.
yeah, most
And the
definitely.
first time I
Most
heard it, I knew because I saw these same texts come in. And it's not that many people that can tell this side of this DC rap story.
really not.
And we really been nice. And we've been chilling because a lot of us got labeled. I literally got blackballed. I literally had a conversation with a DJ the night before that happened to be his DJ at the time. Sent songs that were requested of me and never heard back from this DJ again the next day. Wow. And that's just one, and I'm not even gonna get in, like I said, I'm gonna keep it clean.
It's like this. Imagine you go to a function and put it in a metaphorical perspective. Let's say you go to a function. Oh, we went out last night. All right, we go to Big Chief, we turn up. We lit. We having fun. We come and we tell you, Sabrae, hey, yo, this what we did, man. That shit was lit. This happened, this happened, this happened. And then you go tomorrow and you tell that story, but you tell it from your perspective like you was there. You just negate the fuck out of it. That's basically what he's doing. He's telling other people's stories that you didn't experience, but you taking that all of that validity from them and you put it on yourself like this is your scene when it's not.
Never been.
And you don't credit the people that you steal from.
Right.
That's the issue.
That's the problem.
I don't mind him taking because it's only but so many stories one person got.
That's true.
Until they are stories. But like you said, you got to pay homage. You got to respect. And it can't be temporary. You got to like, man, if I respect a nigga, like, I don't care if he did one thing for me. If it was major,
right.
I got a long memory.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? When I get to a certain level, I'm still not going to forget you. I'm not saying that I'm going to like be shouting you out in every fucking song. But I feel like women hate it because, like, first of all, a man, to me, is not supposed to complain. Right. You're supposed to eat a whole bunch of shit. You know what I mean? To say that, like, it's a lot of women that I know that like Wale.
Yeah.
A lot of women. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of women that don't. You got to take the good and the bad. Like, you can't.
Yeah.
You're not going to be for everybody.
No, if we talk every time, you don't want to hear about how people hate me or this and that. Won't you applaud the people that fuck with you? I always think that's an issue. Like, when you are focused on the people that don't fuck with you, well, how I fuck with you.
So you still got something to prove.
When you say the difference between him and Cole, that's the difference. Cole don't give a fuck. Cole makes and his fans, his core fans, and me being a Cole fan, and these dudes came up around the same time. They toured the colleges around the same time. You know what I'm saying? The whole nine, but they evolved into two very different artists. And let me give you this last example about how this dude's own moves fucked him over. When Cole came out of his deal, Cole went Born Center, Forest Hills Drive, For Your Eyes Only, KOD. When Wale came back with Mark Ronson, he signed to MMG. Why?
Nah, he was with Rock Nation, right?
Management.
I
believe.
Yes.
But you signed a deal with MMG. Why? What do you have in common with these dudes?
Co-sign.
And that's that's the eternal need for him is he wants to be this guy so bad. When you could have been yourself, my nigga, you got 5.8 million followers on Twitter. You have a fan base. People go to war for you. People was in my mentions. You see what I'm saying? And I'm not hating. I'm not separating. Like, I don't hate on anybody. You know what I'm saying?
Did you see somebody said, fuck that Michael Ealy looking nigga? I said, wow.
Going to battle for a nigga you don't even
Hey,
is
that an insult?
No, and the crazy thing is, I said, I never thought he do look like that nigga. Why the fuck did you throw your kids off in that movie? Remember you threw your kids off?
Hey, Slim, leave me alone.
You a wild nigga, Joe.
Well, I don't know because I only see you at a bear. I don't even know how your chin is shaped, so I don't
like Michael Ealy's.
I might look a little like Michael Ealy without no beard. A little bit. I might look a little bit. And I'm definitely open to acting at this point in my life. So, but you know, and to put this dude to rest, look, you're never gonna get back what you. So, like I said, when you take on the role of the ambassador for this area and you don't go how Gucci went by putting people on, not because it was the genuine, I want to see everybody from here win, but how can you help me? I need some street cred. Let me go get a street artist real quick. And let me dismantle. So if you look at the first one, and I think Trail is a very talented dude. You know what I'm saying? But I'm blown because I feel like he got used. You see what I'm saying? And then the whole Slutty Boys thing, I feel like they had a movement. Where they at? Because he needed Trail in the moment.
Yeah.
But I feel like
dismantled him too.
That's why.
Dismantled their whole thing. Dismantle UCB. Like, you can't fuck this area over like that. You know what I'm saying? You can't fuck this area over like that and then expect to get love.
Hell no.
You know what I'm saying? You
Not
can't.
from the ones who was in the trenches.
About Southeast Slim, didn't he have a little...
Listen, and this is my man. Marvell is my man. Like, I'm telling you, I go to war for these niggas because I saw how this shit went. You know what I'm saying? Vale created that sound. Dig Dug, the beat with the backyard. You talking about a nigga that was in the go-go, who felt it enough to say, I want to create this sound. And they let that man use it being good niggas. You know what I'm saying? Holding your man down because you see, so you see like he may got a little, you know, his name out there a little bit more. So you like, hey, I'm gonna slide you this.
Right.
This probably put you on, and then we all be on. And then to see a nigga do that and then turn his back on the niggas that come on, man, you a clown and you never gonna get the love and the respect that you want, not from here. You better go to Oregon or something, nigga. Because it's not coming from this area because you a fake nigga and everybody know it and I'm gonna say it.
I feel like at least on the way
Mo
up.
gonna be texting you. Mo gonna be texting you
No, he
Tuesday.
not.
I feel like at least after a certain
Me and Mo
point.
talked 3 hours the other day.
I think
up, Mo?
that at least after a certain point of success, at the height of his career, is when he should have brought other people with him. I understand in the beginning because, dealing with these corporations, you got to get in where you fit in. You got to get up move up the ladder as you can. But at one point, he was really hot, and I feel like that was the opportunity that he had to bring other people with him because, like when I use Gucci as an example, but he's not the only one who's done that. People from Cali do it too. They get to a certain level and they bring other people.
Look at Nelly and the Saint Lunatics.
But you know
that
what,
too,
though?
but hold on, but so he should have brought other people on and that create those alliances because when you create those alliances and you have people, you bring people on, they have a certain loyalty to you that they'll help you lift you up because nobody's gonna stay high forever.
Period.
That's why you put people on. Like Jay always got people he can go back to. If he ever falls off, he's put so many people in positions that whoever's hot is gonna be like, you know what?
Who, Jay-Z?
Beans will tell
I'm
you.
just
I ain't gonna
saying.
get into that.
Okay. Like I said, then we'll just. Then even the Migos, they help Yachty and whoever else and whoever comes under them. If they ever fall off, because like nobody stays hot forever.
Right.
They
I
have
agree.
people, huh?
No, I agree because
Yeah,
they be
they-
the same feet. Each album come
Yeah.
out, you be like, oh, Migos on here, Yachty on here,
Exactly.
Travis Scott on here. Like you see the
Exactly.
same.
You remember?
Exactly.
You remember who swooped in for Migos though?
Who?
Drake.
True.
on the Versace verse.
Yeah, and Drake does that. He does it. He puts people on, and puts people on his music and stuff
Right.
like that, and gives them features
Right.
like that. The hottest people, because I give you that favor. I see something in you that
pop.
I see you pop, and because I didn't see him do that with Gold Link. Gold Link is out of here now, but. I not that it didn't happen, but I didn't see Wale reach back. Wale don't reach back to the DMV until they already hot.
He'll reach back or until he needs something.
You know
That's
what?
it is.
You know what blow me about Wale? People may
Everything.
disagree. I think the nigga can rap if he just shut the fuck up.
I think he's
Like,
okay.
His rhymes
When
Like
it's-
when I think of the mixtape,
Yeah.
mixtape about nothing. Like
Some shit I've heard before.
It's trash.
those some of the best mixtapes I've heard from
I
this
think
area.
he's a creative. I think he's a creative dude. And like I said, I can separate. So I'm not going.
Yeah.
I'm not going to disrespect the man's talent. You know what I'm saying? As a person, I don't fucking like him, and he knows this. But as an artist, I think he's a very talented dude. I think as a rapper, he could step up some.
Yeah, I think
you
he's
know
like
what
a
I'm
7, like 6.5, 7 as
Yeah.
far as
He more than a
ability.
6.5.
I'm talking about now. I'm not talking about his classic mixtapes. I listened to his last album.
But people
I
decline.
didn't
Like
I didn't
now,
like
like
it.
who is? I mean, Jay like a 5. He's
You
still
think
like,
Jay's a 5?
that nigga? When
Oh,
the
I
last
don't
hot
listen-
verse he had?
I
But
don't
he's
really
still
listen to
one.
him like that.
That
He's
John,
still.
that John with Pusha T on.
Well, come on now. Jay just
No
released the
Dealers
whole
Anonymous,
album.
John.
Hold on.
The album was super okay. When the last time you heard the album? Listen to the album.
What, 444?
It's the
I got it on
444 is a
shuffle.
mood.
Earlier
though.
today? I
got it on
444 is a mood.
Earlier today?
You know why you got it on shuffle? Because you don't want to hear the whole motherfucking way through.
No, it's because I always got Apple Music on
Yeah.
shuffle.
It's a certain mood though. 444 is like just
Yeah,
a
a certain mood. Like, yeah, I'm bored. Let me smoke a cigar.
You know
I have
what?
nothing else to do.
You know, you
I
need to go
guess.
take a nap. But no, that's really what it boils down to is you don't get to burn all these bridges in your hometown and then ever try to cultivate those relationships ever again.
Right.
You can't call niggas here for shit. They don't want no smoke. That's why they quick to put your ass on blast, and
Yeah.
it's rightfully so. Now, normally I don't endorse that type of behavior, but here, fair exchange ain't robbery, dog. You
Right.
did some Bama shit to a bunch of people here. Niggas you stole sounds
Niggas
from.
don't forget.
Niggas who was more talented than you that you didn't want to see shine instead of just letting the window open
Yep.
and letting the flood. My thing is, you put your foot in the door, you get on.
Yeah.
The niggas will support you because they like, all right, he get his foot in the door, it opens the floodgate.
For
Hey,
everybody.
there's talent in DC.
Right.
These niggas
Yeah.
out here looking at all this talent. No,
Right.
you wanted to be the one or no one, and that's what it was. You want to be the one. So what you do? You get your foot in the door, you slip in the crack, and you lock that motherfucker. And then you
Yeah.
like, all right, I'm gonna crack the window, and I'm gonna let a couple of this come in when I need you, when it suits me best. But you don't give a fuck about the area for real. But you always claiming it.
It's evident.
Now
Look-
I know
look at-
why I never got signed to Rockefeller. Wale.
Probably
You know
shit.
what I'm saying?
So-
But no, look at like you look at somebody day ones, and you know something like I said, and this is my issue with him was basically all the same thing. I said, hey, look, we got this big thing brewing in the underground, and we was in the Crossroads. You know what I'm saying? And this
Shout
is
out to the Crossroads.
Shout out to the
Wednesdays.
Crossroads, the best Caribbean party ever in
I was
this
about to
area.
clarify that.
Yeah.
So okay, and we ran into each other, and this was back, like I said, we doing the big underground thing. He's starting to get on the radio. I'm like, Slim, I gotta follow him, and you gotta follow him. We already connected before this rap shit. Let's do a little jump real quick. Boom, it's gonna hit. We gonna swap fan bases. You know what I'm saying? The whole nine. And the man led me on for a year. Rather than just being a real nigga. This is the thing. I don't mind. If you say, look, I don't even really fuck with your music like that. I ain't
Right.
cool.
Right. Respect.
But don't tell me like, hey,
don't tell
y'all
me
my
that.
mans. I listen to y'all shit every day. And then you lead a nigga on for a year to the point where you say, oh, I can't do it now. It's out of my hands. So that was my you know what I'm saying, where I said, okay, this nigga is really on some shit. Because like I said, you was kind of like the little nigga, like, oh, this my man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So for you to get that little bit of shine, I already knew how I was gonna go. What disappointed me in this area was that nobody held that man to a standard that I thought we was accustomed to out here, which is being a real nigga. And
Facts.
everybody put what they could get from him ahead of being solid.
Yeah.
And it benefited nobody from him in the end. And now here we are 10 years later, and I give this dude a good 10 years from 2008 to now of really being, you know what I'm saying, a mainstream artist. Where what's different about the music scene right now? You still Gold Link had to pull that. You know what I'm saying? Like it's no music scene here. How is it not any easier for artists here to get? And you've been in charge of this
You really
whole
supposed
thing
to
for
open up
10 years.
Like you said, you're supposed to open up the floodgates.
You see what I'm saying?
I feel like Wale really put us on the map, whether people think he's authentic or not. But he's supposed to be like, here, you, hey, anybody who needs like assistance. I
Well,
have
not
that leverage
anybody.
now.
But yes,
I mean,
selective. If you see something in somebody, put them on your song or put them on Instagram.
To me, I'm like
is.
anybody because I'm not walking you all the way to the top, but I'm going to give you that head start. You got to do it on your own.
Yeah.
But
And people that are serious, because you got some people that's just not that serious who
And then
are
you
just
can
fly
tell
by
who's
night.
I mean,
exactly right.
He's been in it long enough. He
I'm
can
just
tell who's
clarifying
put
for
in.
the listeners who like, why he not supposed to put everybody.
Nah, I'm not talking about a nigga who
not.
DM and be like, hey, yeah, listen to my shit. But he know niggas like who've been
But
putting
he know
in
he
work,
did
like,
the opposite. That's the
did
thing.
the
He know he
complete
did the
opposite.
opposite, and he know that he had the power to do more, and he chose not to. He willfully and maliciously was like, nah. You the same nigga that's calling people like, why you promoting him?
To this
Why you putting
day.
him on?
To
You know,
this day.
that's some hating ass shit.
So could he right his wrongs? Is it too late
Fuck
to right
no.
your
Too
wrongs?
late.
Fuck
Fuck
no.
you.
But it's
Fuck you,
hard.
nigga.
But I say it's harder in this area because people always talk
Ain't no
about
Bryson
like
Tiller in
ATL
this
or New
job.
York. Like New York is the mecca of hip hop. You can really like walk to any like record label like ATL. Even though the artists are good, I mean they have notable producers. Like we don't really have like super notable producers. Like
Yeah.
from here, like R&B, you can make it easy.
Right.
Like you think of like all the artists we have R&B, you can make it easy.
Yeah.
Rap, he didn't do enough, and I feel like he should
Didn't
have.
do anything.
Well, yes, and
He
that
was
is true. We have more
The
R&B.
Obama of hip hop.
Oh,
He didn't do anything for black people.
I just see
Nah, he
like
did
I just
something, but he could've did
remember
more.
Yeah.
seeing these geeking ass messages between him and a certain
Another
street
artist.
rapper. Won't mention no
Y'all
names.
real jump, man.
But I'm-
say these names.
Nah, I'm not gonna do all that.
Because I don't.
It's no
you
free
know,
promotion.
We don't want that, and we don't
Yeah,
want
I'm
to put
fu-
these people.
Yeah, I'm not gonna throw
in-
nobody under the bus.
I
But
don't
I
know what
just
they got to do
when
with
I
hip-hop.
met him, and it's the type of Bama shit he was on. Like you gave me the CD that I threw out the window. Sorry, but fuck out of here. I'm no groupie. But either way, and this is before no deals, nothing. He was just getting a little radio buzz with Dig
Yeah.
Dug and shit. So I'm like, you the same
That
dude.
song
I'm looking
crank,
at
though.
these messages on a sidekick, so that should put some shit in perspective for you.
Yeah.
On a sidekick, a T-Mobile sidekick, dog. I'm looking at these messages where you geeking to get this street cred. You geeking to get this nigga on a song with you. Hey man, come on, bro. Yeah, we gotta do this track, man. You know, cause you know this nigga known in the streets for what he do, and you have none of that. And you get this, and it's like when you say he appropriated DC culture, like that shit hit the nail on the head so hard because to see that shit firsthand, like this is the shit you did. You know this is not your life, and you go and steal from these niggas, and then just turn your back on them. Like man, fuck these niggas. Light the match. Spark the
So
bridge.
do y'all think he can get hot again, just industry wise, even if it's not in the DMV? Because he
No.
can only
He done had
because
this
he
wrong.
represents.
I had this wrong.
He too emotional.
I think especially in the little back and forth between him and Meek, he done showed the country now. See, we knew,
Yeah.
but now he done shown on the net, and especially with this last comment about colorism being the reason he's held back.
Yeah.
He's showing that he's a clown ass nigga. Now we knew this. for a decade.
Meek started that clown shit with Wale though.
Possibly.
Meek a clown too, but we not talking about Meek. So,
But you thought you was a Meek fan.
nigga, man, fuck all these niggas, man. They got way more money than me. Hey,
no.
I'm a fan of the Sabrae live show, the realest
Live show?
show.
Sabrae show live?
They played the Meek Mill intro last night in Big Chief. I swear to God, I couldn't post the video because it was gonna go straight to my gram, and I wanted to save it. Hoffa was in character.
Oh, he was.
In character in front of the big
love
screen.
it.
My man went out, hold on, wait a minute. I was like,
Damn.
But nah, he's done, man. He's done.
You think so?
He's done.
No,
and
rappers, seriously, rappers, they got like a 10-year span. Like once you, after 10 years, go do something else. Like,
Do you think
like
he
T.I., right? I love T.I.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear no more music.
I
from
agree.
T.I. I want
So
to hear no more music from 50 Cent.
So-
I was
because they
like,
peak and they
Right.
can't top what they've already done. So
and
it's
that's
like, all
why
right, you're out.
and that's why Jay-Z is the GOAT, because people still want to hear his music. You think all these great rappers, like, if Karma comes out with an album tomorrow, no one gives a fuck.
But Kanye, people are listening.
Define
care.
people, because no. It's like,
No, but okay, but
You people? Well, me and Isaiah, the same kind of people.
us people, we are. Don't fake like you're not going to listen to a Kanye album
I
when he
haven't
drops
listened
it.
to a Kanye album
I'm
in
not.
2 albums.
I'm not.
You really can't speak on Kanye.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah, you're right.
Wasn't really
You're
planning
exactly
on it, to be
right.
honest.
But it's just a show of how you can throw your fan base off to where it's like, oh, you know, he dropped. Oh, okay.
Describe the Wale fan though, because that's always interesting.
Who is the Wale fan?
No,
Is
no,
he
he
a
got that.
sneakerhead?
Come on, he
is
got
he a
that.
poetry? Is he a fan of
Nigga
poetry?
will be a
Emo
busboy
nigga.
young poet.
Is he a halfway street nigga? Wale don't know who Wale is, so I definitely don't know who the Wale
No.
fan is because he changed
Yeah.
up. That's why you do 25K. That's how you do wood.
I don't know, like
Oh,
how
Wale.
I like Kanye,
Shit went plastic.
like how Kanye's my favorite artist and all that. I really don't know any like Wale fans. I know people that's
I
like,
know
oh, I
Wale
fuck with
fans.
Wale. I know I fuck with Wale's music. Oh, he
Because
already
they don't
cool.
live
He
here,
good.
He has a-
Sabrae.
no, he
They
has a
live
lot of
other
fans,
places.
though.
Yeah, they
No,
live
a
out
Wale
there.
fan is like suicidal but wears vape, likes women but doesn't know if he likes women.
No,
That's
look,
like Wale.
likes women but scared to walk up to him and talk to him.
Might be a little bit androgynous, so you're not quite sure if they're a man or a woman. You gotta like hear their voice to be like,
Go
oh, okay, oh,
ahead.
true.
Hey, but no, seriously, man,
but you-
Wale be rapping.
Listen, my man
fuck
said
y'all.
this, and no
wanted to.
names. My man hit me, another long time DC artist who I respected even
Yeah.
before I met him, and he said, you know what? It's like he got the girl that everybody wanted and treated her like shit. You living niggas' dreams. This was our dream. The time that we put in to build a scene here, we didn't get paid for that. We
And
didn't
you
get
ain't
paid
doing
for
with
open
it.
But what
mics.
about
We-
mental illness? What about depression? Because
Nah.
hold on, wait. That's valid. That's valid. And
In
like I
life,
said,
yes. In this situation, nah, he just a bitch.
No, but
people. He always talks about depression.
Okay,
He
y'all put
always
y'all
talks
personal
about.
bias into this though.
No.
And the only reason I asked that
terms
is
of what?
because, first of all, I do think it's a cop out. But
No.
say if it's not, why do we give that same, empathy to another artist and not him?
Because I feel like his emotional issues
I
are
do.
self-inflicted.
Well,
Very-
but still,
very much self-inflicted.
I feel like he made errors in the music industry and in his hometown, but in just like everybody in the industry, I feel like deals with depression at some point in their career when they feel rejected, or even Kanye. He said that when he started getting less radio play after that Taylor Swift incident, it made him feel very insecure, very depressed, or whatever,
Right.
When did he
he wasn't
stop
getting
getting
that
less
same.
radio
Again,
play?
self-inflicted.
But I'm saying that can still weigh on you, even if you do something wrong in your life,
Right.
and it causes a domino effect of other things to happen wrong. So you're gonna feel a sense of depression. And I feel like that depression is still valid, even if somebody else didn't do that to you. So I'm not saying that that's the reason of his
Right.
career decline or
Right.
whatever, but I do think that depression, as far as how he talks to his fans on Twitter and how he only feeds
He's a very
off
emotional
of.
nigga.
But see,
Like,
I know for a fact
Yeah.
he's had people around him that have told him he was on some bullshit.
I mean,
and
yes.
Instead
Let me
of
bear that.
You
letting
think that's in the majority or in the minority?
minority, definitely the minority. But
That thinks
what makes
he's
it worse is
like
when
a
you
gummy
have
bear.
somebody that disagrees with you and you in that kind of mindset. Instead of saying, you know what, you need people around you to keep you grounded.
Yeah.
Like that. You don't need a bunch of yes men. And I think his
Do you
thing
think
was
most of those people, when they get those people, they cut them off like, oh, you
that's
can't be in my
it's
camp?
no doubt in my mind because
Some of them do.
Because
I feel
listen,
like,
who's
yeah.
around this dude right now? And I'm not, like I said, I don't
Not
check.
the same niggas that's been around?
Exactly, and I don't check for the dude. I don't follow the dude. But I'm saying, at the end of the day, I can guarantee you right now, mostly because I know a lot of these people, that his day ones ain't around.
No,
his
I-
day twos ain't around.
No, I agree because
He on day,
everybody
like, 26.
everybody can't stay for the long. Everybody can't stay for the long haul. But if you don't got 2 or 3,
If you ain't
it
got
says
a
something
couple
about
of
you.
ones,
it speaks volumes on you. But it's like this is how he is. This is how I liken him to. He's like a dog that just keeps shitting in your house. And you like, you know what? Fuck this shit. I send your ass outside.
I don't think
and
it's...
now you outside whimpering when you keep shitting in the house and you're the reason why you got put outside. And now you outside, you want to get back in and we like, nah, you going to stay your ass outside. You locked yourself out.
You had everybody behind you. You had the radios.
Yeah.
You had the community. You had the whole nine. All you had to do was be a real nigga. And that's it. And that's I don't think anybody asked for much more than that. But just if you gonna be the one to open the door, keep that motherfucker open. Because he knew, just like everybody else knew, that there was so much talent here bubbling in that area.
But he had to get on first.
No, I
and
don't
so
even
once he
think,
got
because
on,
it's simple
that's
though. Now, I'm not saying go sign every artist.
Sure.
But I'm saying something as simple as a tweet.
Don't
a
hinder the
retweet.
movement.
Because that's
true.
the thing.
Yeah,
when
right,
you
you're
showing love, it's showing love. When I scroll my timeline and I see somebody doing the event and I retweet it to my following that I built outside of this person,
Yes,
that's me
that's
showing.
true.
That's an
That takes
easy
nothing.
way for me to show love.
It takes one.
That's it.
Yeah.
My thing is you can help the movement by not hindering it though. That's what makes him like that, is because not only did you didn't promote it, but you dead ass, you went out your way to block it. And that's what makes it bullshit.
It's
Like,
still
bro, you
odd.
could have just stayed out the way.
I feel like it's not too late for him to redeem himself.
It is.
I don't. I will only
Maybe
if
not
it's
to his
too,
national base.
If it's too late, it's only because he's peaked and he's now going to get back to the level where he could usher in a lot of people. But I think that it's not too late for him to say, you know what, I'm hearing from people on a public platform what the fuck I did. After he's finished being salty about it,
Right.
you
Just
know,
like
I feel like he can learn
like
from
he
it.
went ghost after Veil put him on his ass. He went ghost on social media for a couple weeks. But he's not. This is the thing, and this is another thing. I'm glad you said that on a public platform, because you got to remember, Sabrae, we didn't have this 10 years ago, 11, 12, 13 years ago. You had to go through a major, or that was it. So once him and that conglomerate came in and swooped in, and they was the only ones with the connections, it wasn't no YouTube, it wasn't no Twitter, it wasn't no viral videos, it wasn't none of that. So this now it comes full circle, because now the niggas that you burnt on your way up that didn't have a voice before, we got a voice now.
Yeah.
So now this story gonna get told, and this is something that if I was him, like, look, son, I would be worried. I would be really trying to, because this conversation right here is gonna lead to a lot of other conversations, and people gonna start remembering a lot of shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So don't come back here with your hand out. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, you know, I'm from the this and this, because nigga, you not. That's not
Look
you.
what
And they
happened
don't.
to BOA.
You see what I'm saying? And these, and I know these, like, you know what I'm saying?
Look what happened to BOA.
Who's BOA?
A Board of Administration. That was supposed to be his little line, his little lack of a better term with his label or something.
Okay.
Yeah, Tierra Thomas, Black
Okay.
Cobain.
Right.
Like, yeah, look
But you can't
what
be-
happened with that.
You
Like,
can't be a snake. Every one of your relationships, from Trail to Shy to any other relationship that you had in this area, or that everything fell apart.
Yeah.
and it's everybody but you.
Also, you can't wait for your dreads to take so long to grow. That's going to fuck people's heads up too. You can't have your dreads
Dog.
this for 4 years.
Yeah, them joints definitely was scared of heights for a while. They was like, nah.
And look, and I'm gonna tell you, because I did
I'm
see
not
a
gonna
tweet
shout.
the other day. I did see a tweet the other day when we was, yesterday when we was hanging out, you know, with our homegirl Sonny in the city. Hey, Sonny, what's up?
Hey, Sonny.
Y'all gotta introduce me to her.
That's
Yes, we
bae.
did.
I
Yeah,
love her.
I introduced you to
But
us.
I did see a tweet that I think he said somebody had suggested going into a room for 3 to 5 minutes or something like that and talking about, and he responded like people too scared to say how they really feel. So I'm gonna issue a challenge, nigga. Come here. You home right now. I know. You see what I'm saying? I come wherever. Dolo. But if you really want to air it
Nah,
out,
that ain't gonna happen. But
I'm just saying I
yeah,
will.
You would.
So,
yeah.
Oh, come here, because you saying for you to say that people scared to say how speak their mind. Give somebody that knows the truth about what happened here a platform to speak their mind and put you on your ass. And like, please.
Don't hold your breath.
Yeah, I mean,
will die.
and there are multiple sides to every story. If he ever feels compelled to tell his side of the story on this platform, more than welcome.
Be real.
You know what I'm saying?
I wouldn't
So-
hold my breath though.
We're
Like,
gonna do a whole documentary on this DC rap scene. I'm gonna invite you. And this is all some real nigga shit because I really don't like you. But I will invite you to tell your side of what you
We
feel
promise
like
he
happened.
won't beat you up. Just
You know what I'm
just come to talk. Just come to talk.
So
Nobody
Wale
was even
won't be
thinking about
coming.
that.
No, but this is an invite because I know you gonna see this because I know you check your name. I know you seen my tweet.
Hey,
That's
if he's
another
gonna go
goofy
to,
thing,
if he's
dog.
gonna go to everyday struggle just to shit on academics for only talking about facts, a lot of people don't fuck with academics, but academics in that episode was just bringing up the numbers, the papers, the
Right.
facts of what you did, what you're doing, and what you're projected to do,
Right.
and what you have done in the past, or whatever.
Pull up, nigga.
But that's the thing. That's the same thing they're saying about Wale. Fuck what academics said. His past, like all the other corny shit he done did.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't give a fuck what he talking about facts. He's
Right.
a cornball.
So let's
Who,
talk
academics?
about
But see, that's the thing though. This is
So
how
he-
you
he's
get
So
him.
a
cornball, too.
cornball can't tell facts.
But a
No,
corn-
you
No,
can't,
but
it's-
when you have that rapport with people as being
Yeah.
a corn, they don't listen to it. They don't care. They
Right.
automatically
Well-
discredit you or disregard you like, oh, he
Well,
corny.
which to me is dumb because you may be corny or lame or whatever, not cool, and I don't think academics or people like academics proclaim to be cool. I respect academics because let me tell you why. Because he doesn't pretend to be anything that he's not.
He knows he's a clown.
Is he do yet?
This all I'm saying.
He have the
Sabrae.
baby yet?
I know
Him and-
every
him and
DJ
Book.
but this pussy academics. That's all I'm just saying.
Honestly though.
Listen,
And I
though,
swear to God,
but
I'm not
if you're
gonna-
on a show, if you come on a talk
tweet
show
that every time I
and
see
they're
it.
asking they're asking you questions based on data that they looked up numbers, why are you attacking him personally?
Because
when
he-
he's asking you
because
questions about like the facts
People
or whatever.
be real selective about who they gonna respond to. He know academics a bigger clown than him, so that's somebody who could take.
Right.
Yet
Yeah.
I know for a fact you seen my shit, but you're not gonna give me that platform or anybody else that know the truth because that's gonna be detrimental. So you gonna keep fucking with people like academics and all these other people. When we calling you out.
Nigga,
What's-
because you got a full beard and that looks intimidating, my nigga.
But that's what it
Academics
takes,
don't
though.
have
Honestly,
one,
that's what it
nigga.
It's just facts because I swear to God it wouldn't come to
But
nothing
why
physical.
not
'Cause
respect somebody who, if they have like a bitch in the street, so but they're not trying to be the hardest nigga. That's what I can respect academics in that right more than I can Wale because he's not trying to be a
Well, no,
street
that's
nigga.
true.
all.
That's true.
At
That's
all.
true. And see, but this is what you have to do for him. Like for him, you can't just be like, "Hey, what's up, dog? You trying? Hey, let's rap this shit." You know, he not gonna do that. You gotta go at his neck for him to respond to you, because that's what he entertains all day. But then he even selective with that too, because like you said, he done seen all that shit. That nigga searches his name. You ain't gotta add him. You can say Wale in your tweet. If he see it, be like, Wale a bitch.
And I
I'm a
added him.
bitch now.
I
like
added him, and he not
gonna respond. But he searches his name,
But-
so he know who he wants smoke with and who he don't want smoke with. That's the thing. He don't want to
True.
address that.
I don't
shit.
like how this is sidebar. I don't like the way he was talking on Everyday Struggle because for a nigga that never claimed to be cool or that nigga, which is academics, to say what you fucking want about that nigga, but that nigga has a huge following and he
Right.
is hugely influential in
I didn't
the
see it.
hip hop scene.
Was he like? Did he bark on academics?
He was basically like, nigga, I was a running back in high school. I got the girls. I had the outfits. And you probably ain't ever get the girls. You ain't never
Ain't
did
this a
this.
nigga-
You ain't
that
never.
same
No,
nigga
but
that
I'm saying
said-
that's how he was acting towards academics because he's a nerdy dude who he claims to be.
But ain't this the same nigga that dropped shades and talked about how he didn't get the bitches? Like, okay, so pick us. Is it Uchi Wally or is it
the
one
same
Mike?
dude who just used to call me like,
in-
I seen your boy in the club last night. He tried to holler at me. Like, come on,
yeah.
you didn't. That wasn't you.
Well, but that's what he tried to put up.
You talking colorism, but didn't you cheat on light skin Dominique? Get the fuck out of here, man.
Damn.
Wow. You just said you was a name drop.
That was in a song.
Oh, okay.
That was in a song.
So, but yeah, I just don't like that. I don't like when you pick somebody like academics to get on.
Right, don't bully a nigga who you know who know not about that life when you're not about that
Everybody,
life.
all niggas pick their points like that. And I hate that. I hate not trying to like cape for Wale. That be niggas.
Okay.
Especially a lot of rappers. They know who they can talk to. Just think about Vic Mensa. Look at Vic Mensa. He was going off.
Yeah, he really got. But
He was going. He wouldn't do that to.
Right,
If he was on
yeah.
Drink Champs with Noriega, he wouldn't talk to him like
and
that.
T.I. people like that are more respected in the game has said other things about Chicago and how it's basically and all from what I understand, academics say was basically it's coonery and buffoonery, like all the killings and all of this stuff. It is systematic, but why don't you understand that it's systematic and that you need to stop basically feeding into the stereotype? And then he like, you don't know, and barked on academics. I'm just like, this is a nigga who don't claim to be hard. Like you don't get no points for that.
Nobody gets
Right.
points for picking on somebody who's not.
Right,
not
that's
gonna fight
like
back.
bullying the special ed kid or something. Like, come on, dog. That you
Right.
don't get no props for that, nigga.
I won't say
Bully
you
the
get
nigga.
points, but if a nigga disrespect me, I don't care if it's a nigga I can beat up or a nigga I can't beat up.
Right.
But,
You ain't
I
get to the
guess,
same
but he
issue.
wasn't
You gonna
disrespecting.
approach
But pointing out the
Spencer.
numbers is
You
not
gonna
disrespect.
approach
That's
like,
calling it what it is.
If I'm
That's
on the
what I'm
panel,
saying.
if I'm on the panel with academics and he was saying X, Y, Z, I'm not gonna approach academics like he's less of a man because I
Yeah.
feel like, oh, I'm looking at him and the type of dude he is, and I know I could get a free, easy win. To me, it's more
Yeah.
respectable to approach that man the same way you would approach anybody else.
Yes.
And
Who
could
talk
whip
to
your
him.
ass.
You know what I'm saying?
21 Savage
No.
came on there and did not. He felt disrespected by something academics said or did or whatever, and he addressed them calmly, like,
Yeah.
he like, hey, you need to understand that, yeah, you're not a rapper, but you have a platform that if you say something, people are going to take offense to it as if you were one. So people
Right.
will, come to you in that way. That's 21 Savage.
Because in the back of his mind, he
Allegedly-
like, I know I smoke
I mean,
this nigga, so
right,
it really no
Baby
point in
did
me
the
being
same thing,
mad.
though. You know what I'm saying? And Baby a legit nigga.
Who?
It did the same
Baby.
thing. He looked like he looked crazy as fuck
No, I
with
would look.
Charlamagne.
Look, man,
on the
a man
Breakfast
is a
Club.
man to me.
You a
Guess
radio
what?
man.
Oh, cheer.
Oh, Tria. No, he looked
Finish
real.
or we done?
He looked real crazy because
He was a little emotional, man.
all Charlamagne was saying was that, hey, everybody that has been in business with you is
Saying,
unhappy
right.
Yeah.
with what the
Yeah.
business that you're doing. They say they're getting scammed. They say they're getting stolen from. So that's just what everybody is saying.
I'm gonna dress every nigga the same. You can be a white wimpy kid or a
Period.
6'9",
Hey, to
350.
each his own.
Period. I don't
And
need
that's
to get off no
that's
shots just
but that's
for-
respectable though because you keeping it consistent. But
Yeah.
when you like, oh, the big 6'3" nigga,
Right,
you like,
exactly.
no, see what you copy
And it's-
please to him, but you
Exactly.
bullying
And that's the
fucking
thing, when you-
academics. You gonna bully Boonks baby mother? That's wild as shit.
Yeah.
Like,
And when you
Exactly.
real, you don't have like it's some situations. And Sean, I know it's the same thing. We done been in some fights, and it's like I might get my ass whooped. I done
still
fought
go.
security. My tooth still tripped from fighting security in the club.
Let me see.
You know,
It's like, no, I'm just fucking.
let me
from fighting security in the club, and it's not. I wasn't because a big ass nigga popped out like, yeah, you bitch. I wasn't about to be. I might get my ass whooped, but I'm about to steal this nigga.
Because everybody got a chin.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody
one
ain't got a
punch.
chin. So,
Everybody-
Goddamn right about that.
but and
Look.
look, like I said,
As long as I pop off first.
That's period. I may get my ass whooped, but I'm good with knowing that I wasn't a sucker this
Yeah.
day. And if that's your mindset, you move different. And like I said, we are now seeing the unraveling of the person that everybody thought that he sold everybody. He was this dude. Now we're seeing the unraveling, and it's not adding up.
But who thought that? We all knew that, though.
You'd be surprised how many people bought into that bullshit.
But even-
not us. But
even-
I
And
remember
and I
him being a Bowie State. I never got that. I never thought that.
Not everybody
Okay, you're right.
grew up knowing that situation. I'm from here, and
Right, but you just ran
and-
across him as the
Where is
artist.
he? Are
only
you from
seen him
Baltimore
as a-
because you have an Orioles jersey?
well, I am from Maryland. I'm from
Okay,
Maryland.
damn.
I was born in DC, but
East or
raised
West
my
Side?
whole life in Maryland.
Right.
And Baltimore is in Maryland, even though I'm not from Baltimore.
Is it?
It's kind of like a different state.
I thought
but
Baltimore was a state. Yeah.
I'm from
Baltimore's in
Maryland. Look,
Wakanda.
I'm from Maryland. I would rock anything DMV, so feel free to send me.
Baltimore
Baltimore's in
is
the
not
DMV.
the DMV. Go ahead.
It's not.
It's the B.
And I remember,
low.
you
Yes,
remember
it
when
is.
DMV started? This how long we've been in the game. I remember when I first heard DMV on the radio. I had a song out, right?
Yeah.
Sorry, a little sidebar.
It's okay.
I had a song out that said like it had some. You remember Primetime Rap Game? 992s, and I heard on the radio it was like, put your nationals fitted on and your 992s. It's summertime in the DMV, and I was like,
Yeah.
oh shit! I'm thinking I'm about to blow. I'm like, because this is the first
Yeah.
time I heard it, but this is
Yeah.
not something new. This whole, I mean, it's very new. This whole alignment of the areas and
Yeah.
all that. So
Okay.
it's all subject to interpretation. But for me, I always felt like I was relatable to PG County, where I grew up at, in the
Same.
DC, because Suitland Road ran right into DC. So I don't that whole DC, and I'm, we native of the DC Maryland beef and shit. So, but it's not. You know what I'm saying? To me, I never viewed it as nothing different to an extent. I do believe it's different growing up in DC, transportation wise,
Right,
and
yeah.
crime. It's isolated to that area. But when it comes to who we are as an area, it's not that much different. We
Right.
experienced a lot of the
And
same
for
shit.
those of you who are, because we do have a lot of listeners and viewers who are not from this area, DC, Maryland, and Virginia is completely linked, but PG County is literally right there next to DC, and
Right.
which
Right.
PG County is, Prince George's County is in Maryland. It's directly next
Right.
to
Right.
Gave
DC
You got PG
and
County.
Virginia.
land.
You got
Right.
PG County and you got Northern Virginia, and they're both on opposite sides
Right.
of
Exactly.
DC's
And
right
Mo
now.
That's
County
more so linked.
Mo County's like out here.
Yeah, then you have other parts of Maryland like Baltimore or Montgomery County, Gaithersburg, that's like
Waldorf.
further out.
Yeah.
That's actually PG County, right?
No,
Yeah.
Waldo.
No,
that's
Waldo's
Charles.
Charles. But I tell you what, Waldo started to look a whole lot like PG these days.
Hell yeah, they
that's
move
all
all
right.
the
Niggas moving out there.
gentrification.
I'm
the
ready to move back to shooting. At least I know the niggas around there.
It's gentrification going on in DC. A lot of DC people are moving to the Waldorf area.
Yeah, man.
You know, and Clinton area. Speaking of Clinton, I just see Tokyo Tony at Walmart yesterday.
Yeah, we ain't gonna get on her because she wilding. But I mean, that's typical.
So all y'all live in PG? I live in McLean.
You just McLad like shit. You just McLad like
That sounds familiar.
Oh man, though.
Did you say McClinton? Because I feel like that's what you said.
McClinton. Well, that's been today's show. Thank you so much for watching the best motherfucking show in the DMV.
We got receipts,
Shout out
too.
to all the other shows. I'm about to stop carrying the other shows. Shout out to all the other shows or whatever. But
I guess.
because guess what? I learned from this episode. We got to carry the other ones with us.
Gotta show love,
What
man.
the other podcast? I know we wrapping up. Oh yeah.
This is okay. What other
we not gonna
podcast?
shut
I don't
the door
know
on
the
the other
names, but we're
podcast.
not. But when we get up there, as
Walt,
we're
shout out
climbing
Tequila Talk. You know what
Shout
I'm saying?
out
My man Walt.
Walt
It's
threw
your-
an
Tequila.
amazing party at Big
Yeah.
Chief, and that's the first time I've
He has
been
a
to Big
podcast?
Chief.
Yeah, it's
Tequila
called
Talk.
Talk.
Tequila
Okay,
Tequila
so
Talk.
shout out to. I have to check it out. Tequila
Yeah,
Talks.
yeah.
Shout out to them.
Dope ass concept. You know, they
That's
do the
tight.
shots of tequila and just real dope
Kind of vibe
concept.
like how we vibe, you know?
Right.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
can't take shots of tequila
And the
before
party
doing
was
the
a
show.
reflection of that last night because it
Because
was a real dope atmosphere.
part of the show is our consciousness,
Right.
and in
Yeah.
order to be conscious, you
Right.
can't
Yeah,
be
we more
drunk.
of a wine crowd, but yeah,
You know
still,
what I'm
shout out my
saying?
man
But
Walt,
shout
you
out
know?
to them.
Oh, y'all not drunk?
Everybody, it's room for everybody. You know what I'm saying? It's room for everybody. That's their lane.
Right.
This is our lane. So
Right.
shout out to them. Make sure you go check them out after you check us out.
Right.
Okay? The fuck?
shout out to Sonny. Shout out to Dominique the Diva.
Yes.
Showed us a very good time at Law Society.
Definitely.
We had a ball up there.
Okay.
And definitely
leave
met
sober.
some potential guests, some people that had a
Okay,
lot going
yeah.
on that was did some networking. So that was a
Yeah,
a
shout
real
out to
dope
those
experience.
ladies.
But
Yeah.
remember,
Shout out to
and-
those ladies.
And coming some, moving forward,
Yes.
we organized something, and we are gonna tell that story. I'm not gonna sit here
Yeah.
and complain about it. We're gonna spearhead telling that story of the DC music and rap scene
Yes.
that got swept under the rug.
Yeah.
and
Because
we gonna tell
Go-Go
that
got
story.
their story told.
Go-Go definitely got their story
To
told
a certain degree.
to
Yeah,
a
and
certain
there's so
degree,
much
and I-
talent
Yeah.
in this city, and I
Yeah.
mean, like from stemming back from those days, I'm talking like 06 when I kind of emerged on that scene.
Right. Yeah.
So much talent in the city. I mean, like the guys you see in them Cap City ciphers, like I did.
Right.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Right.
Over the years, like lit.
Right.
It's lit.
Right.
Yeah.
Unsung.
Yes.
Right. The DC
Yes.
the DC rap movement.
Yeah, we
Yes.
gonna tell it, man. That was
Unwrite
somebody
out.
else's job, but since they ain't do it, we
Yeah.
we
And like
qualified to tell it.
I said, the people that you shit on your way up, you're gonna have to see them on your way down.
Right.
Look
and
at
you
me.
might catch a fade.
We're
That's the
still
wild
here.
part.
We're still
Yeah.
here.
Hey, buddy.
And they're not all, suffering. A lot of people out here still getting money. A lot of people still out there doing their thing. They're just not, world known. But, people, you need those relationships,
Facts.
Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like the video, or on the audio if you're listening. And make sure you share it with your friends. Subscribe to everything we got going on. We're about to start doing the Patreon for behind the scenes. So if you really want to support the show, if you really, all that money you be having online for the gram, if you want to see some behind the scenes stuff, we want to up production. So make sure you go check out our Patreon account. So yeah, thank you so much for watching.
You want to see Yatta twerking for me, chicken?
Wow. Why don't you just
Hey,
wow.
can you
Don't
twerk
do it.
for the behind the scenes? That would really do it.
What type of shit?
We gonna get so much money. Like, you were like, oh,
We're gonna have everything, everything's gonna be illuminated.
It's gonna be like when you're in
That's
the
gonna be
machine.
exclusive
Yeah.
next time.
Instagram
That McChicken
shit
twerk.
is
twerk.
That
You
McChicken
twerk.
twerk gonna be exclusive next
You
time.
twerk though.
And then you twerk though. I mean,
Yeah.
You did it.
that wasn't
And
really a
teach
twerk.
me how to
It
do.
was like
Teach
a-
me how to do something. I don't want to
It
twerk.
was
Teach me how to do
performance.
something.
And Sonny got a piece of that McChicken too, because she great.
No, it wasn't Sunny.
It wasn't
It
Sonny?
was the girl with the short hair that was next to her.
Oh,
She
okay.
did
So,
get a
yeah.
picture off my
She
McChicken.
did
Shout
get
out
a
to
picture.
you.
I'll put it in our bio of this episode of our Patreon. So make sure you stay tuned for that because shit is coming up.
Y'all wild as shit.
But Yatta will twerk.
Y'all not gonna pander me to this motherfucking audience for
Nah,
what the
we
fuck?
not.
Y'all gonna
Oh,
sell
you're
my
right.
twerk video?
You're right.
But
Sorry.
you do have a choice if you want to twerk.
Yes.
If you
Yes.
have
Be a
to
free
twerk,
thinker.
nigga, record it.
Be a free
You
thinker.
recorded me doing the Shabba Break joint at Marvin's yesterday.
I mean, but that was different. That wasn't your ass. Like,
You ain't never done some ass shit.
I would hope
Well,
not.
if you don't want to, because come on now. That's.
I meant now y'all to put pressure on me. Now I feel like, damn, I got to twerk for respect in this job. Like,
See, I don't want you to be to us. That's the thing.
Oh my God.
But you're a team player.
Y'all leave me alone.
You don't have to. You don't have to. So we'll have consent
You
forms.
don't.
We'll have consent forms, actually. Yeah.